Happy New Year, everybody. We're here at the Tivoli Tap House where they have great food and, of course, great beer. I'm Brenda Vasquez along with Eli Bacon. Eli, how was your holidays?
Great, how was yours?
It was good. We ate a lot. That was pretty much it. What did you do?
2019 was a good year, but
Yeah.
2020, looking
It's going
forward
to
to
be a better year, huh?
better year.
Yeah. So who do we have on the show for 2020?
So it's winter here in the Mile High City, but that just means baseball and softball are right around the corner. First, we'll bring on head coach Annie Van Wetzinga, who will get us hyped for the 2020 season. And then we got baseball head coach Ryan Strain, who will join us and will tell us which players to keep an eye on for the new season. And then we got Chase Anderson, who will be team captain for the squad this year, and he'll hang out with us near the end of the show.
So it looks like we're going to have a great show, right?
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
So before we bring on our first guest, let's catch you up on what happened this past weekend in Roadrunner sports. Tough weekend for the men's basketball team, who had two tough road opponents on the docket. Maris Colton led MSU Denver with a double on Friday, scoring 10 points while pulling down 10 rebounds. But it wasn't enough as Fort Lewis took the 78-65 win in Durango. The Roadrunners out-rebound the Seahawks 41-36, but the home team shot 46% from the field.
Our women's basketball team was also on the road this past weekend and took down Adams State and Alamosa. Morgan Lewis had a career night, racking up 21 points on 9 of 14 shooting. The sophomore also grabbed 9 rebounds, helped lead her squad to the 66-58 win. The Roadrunners are now 4-3 in their conference play.
So now we welcome in our head coach for the softball team, Annie Van Wetzinga.
Hey.
It's nice to have you here again.
I know. It's nice to have you, or see you guys again.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me, man.
Happy New Year. How's your holidays?
Awesome. Very laid back. Good time. Just how
Enjoy
holidays
the
should
family.
be. Yeah.
Yeah, eat a lot.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah. Well,
All right, so you now start your 7th season as the head coach for the MSU Denver. What are some of your thoughts heading into 2020, and what do you want to accomplish?
Yeah, 7th season, so it's been a good ride so far. We have a really good group of girls. We have a really nice mix of returners who got a lot of good experience last year. We finished the season really strong, and we added some new players that have really fit in really well, have jumped in, working hard, and I think are kind of carving their own path also. So honestly, as we start practice Friday the 10th, I'm looking for our girls just to continue the work ethic and focus that they showed all fall semester. It's been a really fun group so far.
so you have 13 returns for this squad. Kayla Banks didn't play, but she was practicing with you guys last season. How does that make you feel knowing you have some experienced players to come back in 2020?
Yeah, the pitching staff is especially nice. You know, they all have some experience here, which is good. Obviously, Darby McGee, senior, kind of leads the group. She had a really kind of a breakout year last year. But then you look at Destiny Lopez, picked up some huge innings towards the end of the last season in relief, had niched out a really good role for herself. That's not easy to do, to come in and relieve. You know, come in, hey, it's bases loaded, 1 out, get us out of it. But she stepped in and some really big moments, and that was cool. And then Julia Heights, she brings some really good energy to the field. She got some good experience last year as a starter for us. Actually, probably her biggest start was in the conference tournament last year. She took a no-hitter against Colorado School of Mines into the 5th inning, I believe, of the conference tournament. So it was cool for her to do that for us. And then, yeah, Kayla Banks, she redshirted last year. But she has a lot of ability. She's a left-hander who has a good mix of some junk and velocity, who I think can do some really good things. And she can swing it. So we think Kayla can really help us offensively as well.
Good.
Yeah.
So we've talked about Darby McGee to death on the show, which is it's a good reason, though.
Sure.
She'll be a quality starting arm for your squad, but let's talk about the rest of the pitching staff. Are you feeling that this group is going to be a good one?
Yeah. Like I said, I think we have a really good mix. They complement each other really well. We have somebody can maybe throw up in the zone with a little bit more velocity, paired with somebody who's more off speed and can throw down. So I think all four will get a good amount of pitching. as we get into the season, maybe after the first 3 weeks or so, maybe they'll carve out some roles, starter versus reliever. But we really think that all four will see some action and be really significant contributors for us.
Good stuff together.
Yeah, for sure.
Ready to see it.
So on the offensive side of things, Bex Gonzalez, she had an incredible freshman season. Are you worried about the conference adjusting to her and her style of play?
No, if you're a good player, you're a good player. And Rebecca, she's really mature. She works hard. She never gets too high or too low. So I think to me, and it's not about numbers like, oh, she did this, now she has to do this. It's just about her continuing to do her thing and be the player she is and the person she is. And then, Delaney Shepard. Laney Shepard's another one who had a really good freshman year, made second team DP, All-MRAC last year, led us in home runs, and she had a really good fall. We really like the way she's matured. And so, I think we return a good mix of people. We have a good, I think, hopefully mix of power versus speed.
So before last season, you were concerned about where the power was going to come from since you were going to be losing some major contributors.
Yeah.
How are you feeling this year in the power department with players like Laney Shepard and Darby McKee coming back?
Yeah, so I've talked about Laney. She led us in home runs last year, matured a lot during the year last year, and I think what's really nice is we see her kind of building off that this first semester. So we're excited about the spring. And with that, Darby had a good year last year. She's going to be able to hit the gap. And I don't know if we'll have anybody that necessarily leads the league in home runs or us as a team will lead the team in home runs. But like I said, we have some players that can be really dynamic. Don't sleep on Megan Sandsburn, senior. She's kind of had some tripped up with a little bit of injuries with the shoulder last year, so got off to a slow start. But she's focused. She's not very big in stature, but she's got some really sneaky power and she can run. Meg, I think, is going to have a really good year. And then you have people like JJ Shepard or Abby Anderson. Just people that I think Kayla Banks, who's coming back from the redshirt year. I think we have some people that can do some good things. I think Cassie Rieger and Audie Valdez, who got good action last year. We just have a really fun athletic group. And I think for us as coaches, one of the toughest things might be just deciding who's going to play and when.
So you also talk about adjusting your coaching style with players and what they're capable of. How are you adjusting with this new squad or with these new pieces so far?
Yeah, we tried to slow some things down first semester a little bit. It's easy to press as a coach. It's easy to, I want this result, blah, blah, and then it's easy for us to forget about the process too. It's like, why aren't you getting it? Well, it can be a process. Things can be overwhelming, especially if you're new or young or never been through. Maybe you've never been a starter. Now we're asking you to do that. And so we've tried to slow it down a lot more this fall and ease into things like, okay, we've kind of done this. Now we're going to add this and this and this. And okay, now we introduced that. It wasn't great. Now let's get better the next time. So it's us as coaches trying to tap the brakes a little bit and letting them kind of figure out things a little bit more, work through things on their own a little bit more, and understand it is a process. Let's be patient, and especially on the offensive side, work with them as individually. We're not going to try to overhaul anybody. We'll work with what they are bringing.
Of course. So your first series of the season will be at home, starting from January 31st to February 2nd. So folks need to go out and get their single tickets or season tickets.
Sure.
Where can fans go to purchase those tickets? And do you have any special games planned for the season?
Yeah, for sure. So fans, you can go to roadrunnersathletics.com/tickets. You can get all your season tickets and individual tickets there. I think season tickets, adults, $40. What's really nice is Metro State, MSU Denver students are for free, and $20 for seniors and youth. So you can get your tickets, roadrunnersathletics.com/tickets. And then we are having some special games. March 14th, it's our Strikeout Cancer game.
Oh, okay.
Us in baseball, we've been doing it. This will be our 7th year we're doing it together. So that's always a special day. We usually have some special first pitch and recognize some people. April 4th, Military Appreciation and Fireworks, and then April 10th, we have our Faculty Appreciation and Youth Day.
Are you guys going to switch any like jersey color for
We will.
cancer?
Strike Out Cancer, we always wear our teals. Obviously, that would start with
teal,
Aubrey
okay,
Mall
yeah.
with ovarian cancer back in the day, about 8 years ago. So, yeah.
All right, well, it was nice to have you here again.
Oh, always great to be here. I got to give a shout out to Tivoli for always hosting.
Yes, of course. Yeah. Yes. So before we take our first break, let's bring on the tweet of the week. It comes from our athletics account at MSU Denver Sports. We have to give a big shout out to Ed Jacobs, who generously gives back to the athletics program and helps sponsor student athletes, which includes Gabriela Gamboa from the soccer team. Ed is an alum and also works on IT for the institution. Thank you, Ed. You are a big reason why the athletics program is successful in both the classroom and on the field. Time for that break, but we're coming back with some baseball here at the Coaches Corner.
MSU Denver basketball returns to Channel 20. The Roadrunners take on the Westminster Griffins at 7 p.m. on Saturday. Get tickets at roadrunnersathletics.com/tickets or catch all of the action on Channel 20. Roadrunners basketball. Get rowdy.
Hey, Bree Wellington, senior from women's basketball.
Down the floor, Wellington, all alone, got it.
And you're watching Coach's Corner. Get rowdy.
Welcome back, and before we talk to Coach Strain, we want to remind you all that you can hold your next big event here at the Tivoli Tap House. Whether you have the next big event, big meeting coming up for you, just want to plan a big get-together with coworkers or friends, you can do so right here at the Tivoli Tap House. You have the great view of downtown Denver, and you have a great selection of beers and wine that are made right here on site. So visit TivoliBrewingCo.com for more information on how you can schedule your next big event right here in the middle of downtown Denver. So now we say hello to Ryan Strain, which is the head baseball coach here at MSU Denver. Coach, thanks for hanging out with us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me again.
So Happy New Year to you as well. How was your holidays?
It was great. We had a good time. Went to Mexico for a week.
Oh,
so
really? What part?
Puerto Vallarta.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah, I'm glad. That's good. At least you could take a vacation. I got to be stuck at work. So, what?
We'll just start off talking about baseball. The students aren't quite back to class yet. What are you guys doing? What kind of things are you doing with your student athletes these days?
Well, we're just waiting for them to get back on January 10th is when we can start our national start date. So right now, hopefully the guys are working hard, getting themselves ready to go, so we can start on January 10th. And hopefully the weather will be good so we can get rolling, and then we'll practice each day until we get ready for school. So we got a nice little spot of time to get our guys ready.
So you return a big portion of your team heading into 2020. Are you feeling good about whether the squad is right now, what it is right now? It seems like most of them will already know like what to expect from you and your staff.
Yeah, we returned a big piece of our team. I mean, we lost some seniors last year, but a majority of the guys have been here for quite a bit. And a lot of the guys that played last year are back. So I think they're used to what we're trying to do, and feel confident in our group of leaders that are going to be ready to lead this team into our season. And it's going to be a tough schedule, but I think we'll be ready for it.
Yeah.
One of those guys returning is Logan Sewell. He's incredible player on top of the mound and at the plate. How's he looking right now, and what do you expect from him this season?
Yeah, I mean, he's done a really nice job for 2 years for us, and this is coming into his final year, and we're counting on him to hopefully have a great year, hitting in the middle of the order and playing in the outfield again, and then also pitch as well. So last year he started more time on the mound, but I think this year he's probably going to spend some more time in the bullpen and relieve and concentrate a little bit more on being a position player because we need him in the middle of the order, swing the bat. So, but you know, hopefully we'll have a great year.
Yeah. So not returning, which is both of your players, player catchers who were Draven, Adame, and Matt Malkin. So who are the candidates to take over the vital position behind the
Yeah, I
plate?
mean, that was tough, obviously, losing those two guys. I mean, that's probably the two guys that we lost the most off of last year's team. I mean, they both were really good behind the plate, and then obviously swung the bats really well. So we have a transfer coming in from a Division I school that'll be here that's a senior. His name's Alex Gonzalez. He missed most of the fall with a knee injury, but he should be healthy by the time, you know, the season comes. And so, you know, hopefully, you know, we'll kind of see what he does and if he can step in and take, you know, a lot of the lion's share of those spots. But, you know, I feel very good about our whole catching group. I think each one of them, if they get a chance to get in the game, they'll be fine. But, you know, it is a big spot that we have to kind of see who we have and who can take care of that business.
Well, going back to pitching, one guy you can't get rid of is Vega after an injury that ended his 2019 season. He's back this year. He's going to be a pitcher you'll rely on. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, that was, you know, it hurt us last year losing him in the middle of the year like that. You know, it was tough for him because he's worked so hard and he was pitching the ball really well last year. And you know, he got hurt, but fortunately for us and for him, he was able to get another year to come back and finish his career. And it's going to take him a little while, probably early on. He's probably going to be more of a bullpen guy to try to get himself ready to go. But hopefully when we get to the middle of the end of the year, he'll feel strong and be able to start for us again.
So we're going to have junior outfielder Chase Anderson in the show in a little bit. He was a guy who came from Lamar Community College. What kind of player is he, and what do you hope to see from him this season?
He's done a really nice job, you know, for us. I mean, he had a great year last year, his first year. He went to junior college for 1 year and then transferred in and won the job out in the outfield and then just continued to play well. And then he spent this offseason really working hard. He's one of our captains, one of our leaders, and you know, we're hoping he'll be able to, you know, do the same thing he did last year, lead our team and hit in the middle of the order somewhere and play great defense. But, you know, I think it's a testament to him. He's done a really good job demonstrating what kind of work ethic it's going to take for our team to be successful this year. And so, you know, we're counting on him to have a big year.
So with the season not that far off, fans need to get those single game tickets. Coach, can you tell them where to get those tickets and some of those special games coming up?
Yeah, I mean, if you go to roadrunnersathletics.com/tickets is where you can get the season tickets for this year. You know, and we've got some big games that are coming up. Our cancer awareness game is on March 14th. We'll wear the teal jerseys, both us and softball, so that's a neat event to come out to that. Youth Day is on March 22nd, so hopefully we have some kids come out there and watch us play. And then on April 4th is Military Appreciation Day, and our last one is April 17th, where we invite your professor to a game. So hopefully our guys go to class. They'll take care of that. But you can get on there and get season tickets, and hopefully we'll see a lot of people out at the games.
Of course. So, Coach, guess what time it is?
What time is it?
Trivia.
He's led me on trivia. Well, last year I was one of the last ones to go, and I didn't do very well. And my wife gave me some grief for a little bit. So hopefully this year I'll do a little bit better to start. Yeah.
Well, you have some catching up to do because Jenny Glenn is doing good.
She won it last year, I think.
She might win it this year if you don't.
Yeah.
All right. So this is going to be a multiple choice question. As we mentioned, Javi Vega will be coming back for the sixth season, and he has racked up 13 wins. That is not the record, by the way, for the career wins at MSU Denver. So, Coach, what is the number for most career wins by a Roadrunners pitcher? Is it A, 18, is it B, 24, or is it C, 30?
I'm going to go with B.
You are correct. So Anthony Cortez, who played from 1987 to 1990.
Nice. I don't think I would have got that name right.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive. So how many does he need then? We need 11 more? Does he have 13?
Yeah.
11 more? Yeah, let's get him 11.
We'll get it, right?
That's right. Good 12. Let's break the record.
All right, I got a bonus question for you for 2 points. What is the single? Oh, just 1 point. I'm sorry, I got that wrong.
Oh, he wants to give you 2
I wanted to give you 2. What is the single season record for wins?
38.
Single season, sorry.
Just one single season. How many went for a team? Oh, wins by a pitcher. I thought you were saying by a team. A single season by a pitcher. And I'm going to go with 12.
You're close. The answer is 9 wins, and it's been done by 5
Is he
people.
really close? So you can give him a point?
Yeah.
Yeah, half a point.
You got 2 points.
Well, I'm just figuring somebody on our team is going to get 12 this year, so we'll wait for that.
Well, Coach, thanks for coming into the show. We're excited to have you, and we wish you a great luck to you and the squad.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
So we're sticking with baseball as well as to chat with junior outfielder Chase Anderson up next on the Coach's Corner.
Let's go!
Watch out and in! The Roadrunners have responded.
Kendall McIntosh throwing it down. Be sure to download the Roadrunner Rewards app and check in at events to earn points toward great prizes. The more events you attend, the more points you earn, and the better the prizes you win. Download the Roadrunner Rewards app to start earning points today.
Hi, I'm Leia Harvey. I'm a senior from the women's basketball team. And you're watching the Coach's Corner. Let's try that again. And you're watching the... Okay, one more time. And you're watching the Coach's Corner. Get rowdy.
So glad you're back with us. We now have in junior outfielder Chase Anderson to the show. Chase, thanks for being here with us today.
Thanks for having me.
So you're a local kid. You grew up in Littleton and went to Columbine High School, but you spent 1 year in Lamar Community College. Can you tell us how you ended up coming here at MSU Denver and playing baseball?
Yeah, so went to Lamar for a year. It was a small town, so wasn't much to do, but I had fun. Stayed there for a year, played pretty well. So had the opportunity to get a chance here, and I took it, and that was that.
I know, but what made you switch after 1 year? You just didn't like it over there?
Yeah, well, I didn't want to possibly risk going back for a second year and maybe not playing as well, and then losing out on an opportunity to move on and play somewhere else. So had a good year the first year, and ran with it, ran with the opportunity.
Good.
Nice. So my question to you is, what kind of brought you to Metro? What are you planning on studying, and any plans for after you graduate?
Yeah, so I mean, grew up around here, grew up close to this community, love this community, love the city. So downtown Denver's great. I love it here, so that was huge. Business management major. So after college, don't really have any plans as of now, but gonna get my major. We'll see what professional ball, if any opportunities present themselves there. But right now, just focus on the next season.
So how did your first season go here at MSU Denver? Did you transition well? Because you played a lot, starting all 52 games, so Coach might like you a lot, huh?
I don't think it was that.
It's the hard work.
Yeah, no, yeah. I worked hard, earned it. I didn't come in, as a high recruit or anything like that, so I kind of earned my spot, and like I said earlier, just, got an opportunity, and I ran with it, and played every game and had a good time, so just looking to capitalize on last year going into this year.
Speaking of Coach Strain, can you tell us what he's like during practice or during games? Any crazy stories?
Yeah, no, he's intense.
He's gotten a couple of reds before, right? I remember.
No, yeah, he's gotten a couple of warnings for sure.
Yeah.
No, I love Coach Strain. He gave me the opportunity to play here, so forever grateful for that. But during practice, he's a lot more laid back than he is during the games. He kind of lets us be men and kind of lets us do our own thing. So that's nice. But when it comes to game time, he expects us to be, ready to play. And if we don't, he's not afraid to get on our butts. So that's good about him.
Yeah. So last season you had an impressive hitting streak, reaching 18 straight games with the base hit. Did you realize you were on this amazing streak, or did the baseball look like a soccer ball out there to you, or?
Yeah, I didn't know about the streak when it was happening, but but yeah, sometimes you just get in those grooves and get in those zones where the ball looks huge and baseball's easy, and then you get in those streaks where the ball looks like a peanut thrown at you, So it's just kind of learning how to make those highs last, but at the same time kind of be consistent and not be too streaky.
Yeah.
What are some things during the off season that you were working on to be better during this season?
I think just physically, I think towards the end of last year, my body started to break down a little bit. So, 52 games is a long season. So especially if you make the playoffs, you're going to play, close to 60, 70 games. So it's a long season. I worked hard on just kind of getting healthy physically, so I can, be at my best throughout the entire year, not just, halfway through.
So can you tell us when you started baseball? Like, when did you get into it? Was it something that as a little kid you played, or did you catch up on it like later in life?
Yeah, so played since I was a little kid, but growing up I played everything, which was fun for me. Even into high school, I played basketball and golf and baseball.
Okay.
So I don't think it's good to just play one sport growing up. I think it's fun to play all of them. So I'm glad that I did that. I think it helps in baseball, absolutely. Just taking lessons from other things and applying them into baseball. So
from all the sports that you played, like, what catch your attention to play baseball?
Yeah, I was going to play college golf, but I don't know. I just kind of had a passion more for baseball. So I like the competition. I like, competing against yourself and the camaraderie of the team, and so that's why I chose baseball for sure.
We're talking about this earlier. There's some other players on the team that played different positions. I mean, right now you're at outfield. Is there any other positions you have in mind, or do you pitch at all?
I pitched my freshman year at Lamar. It was hard. I wasn't very good, so I stopped that. So yeah, probably just stick to the outfield in case something crazy, unless something crazy happens where I have to play somewhere else. But I'll probably be in left all year, and yeah.
So Logan Sewell is a guy who can hit and can pitch.
Mm-hmm.
How much fun is it to play with him or watch him play?
Yeah, Logan's great. He brings a competitive edge that is needed when you want to have a great team. What he brings to the field, you can't really put a value on, because he's mature, he's competitive, and on top of that, he's the most talented physically on our team as well. So he's irreplaceable.
Yeah. Well, Chase, thanks for coming out here with us tonight, and we want to wish you the best of luck this upcoming season.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. So before we call it a show, let's tell you what's coming up this weekend in Roadrunner Sports. Our basketball teams will be back at the Auraria Event Center this weekend. On Friday, the Red and Blue will welcome in Dixie State. The women will tip off at 5:30, while the men will get going at 7:30. Then it's the Griffins from Westminster who will come to downtown Denver on Saturday night. 4:30 will be the tip-off for the women's game, while the men will start at 7 p.m. The men's game will be on Channel 20, so if you can't be at the gym on Saturday night, tune in to Channel 20 and cheer on Coach Ball's squad.
Our indoor track and field team will be in action this weekend. Coach Janice Christopher and her squad will head to Boulder to compete in the POTS Invitational on both Friday and Saturday. Keep up with the team at roadrunnersathletics.com.
One last note, we're happy to announce that Morgan Lewis from the women's basketball team is our student athlete of the week. The sophomore from Pagosa Springs averaged 16 points per game on the weekend, which included a career-high 21 points against Adams State. She also added 17 rebounds and 5 assists in the 2 games. Great job, Morgan.
So that will wrap up our first 2020 show of the year. We want to thank Coach Van, Coach Strain, and of course Chase for being with us tonight. I'm Eli Bacon, and I'm with Brenda. See you next time on Coach's Corner.